What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over ranking our best 100 overalls in NBA 2K. I shouldn't even say best, because I'm pretty sure we're ranking each and every 100 overall that's in the game on this tier list today. Now, y'all have been giving me so much slander for my tier list. Y'all act like I don't play the game. Y'all act like I don't, I don't have knowledge of the game. Like, I'm confused. Why do y'all say my tier lists stink? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, my tier lists are good. Y'all say they stink. It is what it is. That's what we're going to be going over and diving into it. So, let's take a look at it. Started with 100 overall MJ. I like MJ. And I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I like MJ more than another card here on this list that you guys are going to hate me for. But it is what it is. Everybody plays the game differently. It's why when I put GOAT MJ up there with like the likes of LeBron and those types of guys, people are mad. But it's like, at the end of the day, I can create shots with GOAT MJ. Sometimes with like Bron or with some of those other top guys, I can struggle. And so it's not a one size fits all. I like 100 overall MJ. He's going at B tier. 100 overall Shaq, A tier. One of your best 100 overalls in the game. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say here. The card is absolutely ideal to have on your squad. There's not many better cards in the game that I would rather have than 100 overall Shaq at the power forward position. Obviously, Invincible Shaq is going to be slightly better. But again, 100 overall Shaq is just so elite on this game. 100 overall Vince, D tier. I don't think the card's unusable, anything like that. But do I necessarily think the card is great? No, D tier. 100 overall KP, right in there with Shaq at D tier. Obviously, KP is a little taller. But, I mean, I would argue Shaq's player build makes up for it. So, I will always put those two together. A tier for Shaq, A tier for KP. Chris Webber. It's kind of weird because when Chris Webber first came out, I feel like a lot of people didn't like Chris Webber. Now everybody wants to gas Chris Webber. So it's such an interesting situation. It really comes down to that release, right? I think he's got that, what is it? The Oscar upper on the patty base. Kind of splits the community, just slightly. Some people like it, some people really don't like it. So just comes down to what you personally are like with that release. For me, I haven't used it enough, but I don't think it's easy to use rhythm shooter with. And so that's just something that I usually rhythm shoot literally every shot. So I'd have to get used to Chris Webber, but I am going to put him at A tier. Devin Booker, I think, is better than Vince, but not by much. I don't think D-Book is all that great. I think D tier is where I'm going to put him, and I know some people are going to be like, really, Ty? But I think that's ultimately where I want to put the card. I mean, I think he's fine. Like, I think you can use him and have a lot of success with him. But ultimately, I do think he is D tier. 100 overall Luka, I do think is better than D-Book. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on it. But I love Luka's jump shot. I know he doesn't have a leaner. But I think defensively, he's going to be better than D-Book too. Because he's just got that wider player model, wider player build. You guys can hate on me if you want. But this is where I'm at. Yes, I personally do like Luka Doncic over Devin Booker. Base Tim Duncan, I think at this stage you got to go F tier. I mean, he's still fine, but like compared to the other Tim Duncan, he's just not great. I still think he's D tier. I'm not going to put him at F tier because we've got worse cards that we'll get to. 100 overall Tim Duncan, I still really like. I genuinely think Tim Duncan is nearly as good as Shaq and KP, and I can't put him at A tier, but I really do like Tim Duncan and what the card gives you. Like, he plays for me still to this day, and I've got, one of the better squads. I don't want to say one of the best squads in the game, but my squad is really, really, really solid, so I don't think you can really hate on Tim Duncan whatsoever. I think the card is absolutely amazing on this game. Next up, we got 100 overall Melo from the festival. He's fine, C tier. I don't love him. 100 overall Steph, F tier. 100 overall T-Mac is a beast. Is he A tier? Is he S tier? Is really the only thing to discuss here. I just wish he had a better leaner. I just am not the biggest fan of the leaner they gave him, but I obviously still think the card is really, really solid. And if you've got him, you've got a card that obviously can compete at an extremely high level. Now, again, are there cards better than T-Mac? Obviously, yes. More so than anything because of that leaner, but his release is nearly impossible to contest. Penny, I'm going to go C tier. I think MJ is better than Penny. Is that a fair assessment? Like, y'all can let me know. Y'all will let me know if my tier list stinks. So let me know, is that a fair assessment for me to say that MJ is better than Penny, or do you disagree? Because for me, that's where I'm at with the cards. Again, I don't hate Penny. I just prefer MJ. So that's where I'm at with them. I'm going to go, C tier with Penny. Pat Ewing, F tier. The card stinks. 100 overall, Yao Ming's got to go S tier. I do wish Yao had a, slightly quicker jump shot. It's not a bad jump shot, but I do wish it was slightly quicker. I am going to go S tier for Yao Ming, an absolute beast on this game. 100 overall, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm throwing him at A tier, but then I feel like I got to maybe move MJ up. See, this is what I don't like, because I don't like having these guys separated. I'm going to move MJ up. Do I like Luka or Penny more? I don't know. I'm going to leave them there. I could, I guess. I'm actually maybe going to do this. But I don't, maybe this. I think I actually like this a little bit more. Move Luka to that B tier. Move D-Book and Penny slightly up as well. I think I like this a little bit more. Again, it is just kind of a tough thing to make. And so again, if you guys disagree, just know I'm trying my hardest, right? It's a tough thing to do. Clay, I wish this was the point guard Clay, because I love what the point guard Clay can get into. This Clay is just fine. Like, I'm not going to sit here and hate on him. He's just fine. He's not great, though. I guess C tier is probably the right tier. 100 overall, Wilt is so good on this game. Like, if you've got Wilt, you've got one of the best power forwards on the game. I think the tough part for me is that when I'm looking at this, right, it's just like, how am I not supposed to have Wilt at S tier? I can't, though. He's right in there with Shaq KP. He's not that much better. Chris Bosh, not great, C tier. Like, he's not the worst, right? He's 100 overall. He's got a decent player model player build. But, like, compared to, honestly, is he better than the base 100 overall Tim Duncan? I think he slightly is. So I think this is right. A lot of people might not think so, but I honestly think this is right. Chris Bosh at C tier. You could argue D tier, and if you want to put him at D tier, that's fine. But for now, I'm going to leave him at C tier. Oscar, D tier. He's not quite as bad as Steph, but he is D tier. Ant, F tier. Like, Ant can't play. I'm sorry. I wish Ant could, play for us, but he just can't. Like, he's just not good enough to play for us, in this team. I'm sorry. Like, I wish he was, but he is just not quite good enough. He stinks. Like, if you want me to be honest, I wish Ant could play, but he stinks. Pair him with KD next year, they'll do crazy things. JT, D tier. I don't think JT is worthless, but the card could be way better. Like, he could and should be way better than he is. 2K decided to make him not very good, hence why he is in here at that D tier. Tatum, just kind of a letdown. James Worthy is not as bad as people give him credit for. D tier. Card's not ideal, but again, 6'9", 100 overall at that, small forward position. I don't think he's worthless, anything like that. I do think D tier is the right tier. Anthony Davis, I really don't like Anthony Davis on this game. And yes, I'm higher on Chris Bosh and AD. A lot of people may disagree with me, but that's where I'm at. Like, I mean, if you're asking me AD or Chris Bosh, I am taking Chris Bosh every day of the week. Cade Cunningham up next. Cade's fine. C tier, I think, is the right tier, though. I don't think he is as good as, some of those top guys. I don't even think he's as good as Luka Doncic. Cade's fine. No leaner on the card. Just think there are better options in this game. But if you like Cade, you can definitely run the card. And honestly, some people might like him so much that they want to gas him even higher. And if that's you, do what you got to do. I'm just saying, for me, I wish Cade had a better leaner. Clyde, I think I got to go D tier with Clyde. I don't think the card's worthless, but I think the card could be way better. D tier, I think, is the right tier for Clyde Drexler. Paolo Banchero, some people hate on Paolo. I can't do that. I think B tier is the right tier. He's 6'10", he's long, he's lengthy. He's going to be able to get you stops. I don't know why people hate on him, honestly. Like, I get it. His release obviously isn't the best. Like, I wish his SIGs were better too. But at the end of the day, like, the card is still going to be okay and still going to get you, get you a really solid small forward on this game. Like, I think that's the one thing I can say about him is he's just going to be really, really solid at that small forward position. Next up, 100 overall, Ben Simmons. This one is tough for me. I picked up Ben Simmons with 39 legend badges, and I stunk with the card, okay? And when I say I stunk with him, I used him in King of the Court. And Shai was my starting point guard. Ben Simmons was my backup. And I'm telling you, I cannot use Ben Simmons. First of all, I feel like his shot creation from the three-point line is not there. Like, he cannot create his own three nearly as good as MJ or SGA. And so for me, it's just tough because honestly, where I would have him would be B tier. That's where I would have him. But because I know you guys would hate me and slander me, I'm putting him at A tier. He is not going S tier though. I refuse with that release to put him at S tier. If you want to hate me for that, that's fine, then hate me. But you're lucky I'm even putting Ben Simmons at A tier because I can't use the card. I can't. There's just something about him in that release that I stunk with. A tier for Ben. Be thankful he's there. James Harden. I actually think Harden's somewhat underrated. I am gonna go. I'm gonna go C tier with him because he is only 6'5". But I think James Harden is just fine on this game. Chet, I think Chet is A tier. 7-1 as a cheesy step back. I wish Chet's release was better. I guess that's my really big complaint for Chet. But the card obviously is still okay to run. And you know, obviously, if you want to, you know, pick the card up, do what you got to do. But I do think A tier is the right spot for Chet on this game. Dirk up next. I think Dirk's better than Chet. I am going to still only go A tier. I think if you have him any higher than that, I think you're just gassing him, you know, and so that's kind of where I'm at with the card. And a lot of these cards, again, you could have maybe higher or lower, but I think they're fine. D12, I'm going F tier. And I know some people like D12, and if you want to put him higher, do what you got to do, but I'm just saying for me personally, I cannot put him higher than F tier. Larry Bird, Larry Legend up next. I love Larry Bird. Can't put him higher than A tier though. Like, even if I wanted to, I literally just cannot put him higher than A tier. That's as high as I can go with the card. And I love Larry Bird. Scottie Pippen, I honestly think he's underrated. The problem with Scottie, this is tough. Like, people want to gas Ben Simmons, but then when it comes to Scottie Pippen, they want to hate on him. Like, make it make sense to me. It doesn't. And I'm sorry, but that doesn't make sense to me at all. I guess I'll throw Scottie. I guess I'll throw him at B tier, but I really don't want to. I really don't. I will come back to it. I really don't want to. Zion, just way too undersized, F tier. Willis Reed's not bad. I am going to go C tier with Willis. I think he can play. He's just not as good as 100 overall pro past Tim Duncan. Ray Allen stinks, F tier. DeMar DeRozan stinks, F tier. Rashard Lewis stinks, F tier. George Mikan, not bad, not the worst. He's going to go C tier. Not as good as Tim Duncan. Boogie Cousins kind of stinks, D tier. 100 overall, Josh Smith doesn't stink. This card's a stud, a beast, A tier. Easy A tier. There's really not a whole lot to say here. Like, the card is so good on this game. If you want to hate on him, I don't know how else to tell you. You just don't know ball. Like, Josh Smith is literally so good on this game. Like, I don't know who needs to hear it. The card is legitimately Zeus on this game. So, I mean, I'm going to hype up the card, and if you don't want to, that's fine. Do what you guys got to do. But, again, I think the card is just so good on this game. Next up, Lonzo. I think Lonzo's mediocre C tier. I just don't see what he really gives you. Like, some people love Lonzo and gas Lonzo, but for me, it's like, I mean, even C tier feels high. Like, am I taking Penny over him? Like, yes. I think C tier is even too high for the card. And you guys can say I'm wrong and whatever y'all want to say, but I don't know. I'll leave him at C tier. I don't think the card's that good. Great. Glenn Rice up next. Here's my thing. People love Glenn Rice. My thing is this, though. Compared to Tracy and Larry Bird, I prefer, Tracy and Larry Bird to Glenn Rice. And so that's kind of the difficult thing here even, is it's like some people, again, love Glenn Rice, want to gas Glenn Rice. And if that's you, I mean, that's fine. But at the end of the day, if I prefer other cards, shouldn't I have them higher? And I guess they could be at the same tier, but I'm struggling. I'm going to have to move some cards up eventually. Agent Zero, D tier. He's just too undersized. I've got two of Hidu's accidentally, but Hidu is really good. A tier for Hidu. Do I like him more than Ben Simmons? Honestly, I don't know. I've not used Hidu, so it's kind of hard for me to even tell. But again, it's just all really personal preference here. Hidu is expensive, so I wouldn't recommend getting him. But obviously, if you got Hidu, you got a really, really solid point guard on this game. There's, not a whole lot to really debate there. Next up here, after that, we do see, okay, Jermaine O'Neal. I love Jermaine O'Neal, and I see some people talking about, well, some people might not like Jermaine O'Neal. If you don't like Jermaine O'Neal, that is a you problem. The card is so good on this game. Easy A tier for Jermaine O'Neal. I mean, I don't really even I have to think about some cards. With Jermaine O'Neal, I don't. Like, I know Jermaine O'Neal is a beast on this game. A tier. I'm going to just move Hidu to the end so I don't go over him again. Money Mitch Richmond's good. Honestly, underrated. I'm going to go C tier. I know he is 6'5". A lot of people can hate on that, but sig-wise, the card's good. Joel Embiid, really good card, man. 7 feet tall, Pro 2 leaner. I'm throwing him at A tier. I really like what Joel Embiid gives you. Wish his catch-shoot release was slightly better, but that's really my only complaint. I don't know why people give Carlo a mic. He said Jonathan Isaac was F tier on his, best small forwards list. Jonathan Isaac's fine. He's 6'10". He's going to play lanes. He's 100 overall. He's B tier. I'm not gassing him, but if you're going to have Paolo at B tier, I'm putting Jonathan Isaac at B tier too. Steve Nash card stinks, F tier. Brandon Ingram, 6'10", shooting guard. Incredibly good. A tier. And another card I prefer over Glenn Rice. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm going to move Glenn Rice down because I'm sorry, but at the... I can't. He's got to go A tier. He's just got to. Julius Randle, Big Julius. I think is B tier. I think he fits that mold. You could argue A tier, but I mean, I like Josh Smith slightly more. KD, I'm putting him at B tier. I know people are going to get mad. I don't love that KD release. Yes, the leaner is really good. He's 100 overall. But again, here's the thing. I like LeBron more than him, okay? And at the end of the day, that's enough for me, right? LeBron is A tier, KD is B tier. And it comes down to I just simply like LeBron James slightly more. So if you want to hate on me, argue against it, that's fine. But that's my reasoning for it. Giannis, 6'11", power forward, best release in the game. I think you got to put him at A tier. Obviously, the small forward Giannis is better. Tony Parker, F tier. Serge Ibaka. Interesting card. I'm going to go B tier. I don't think he's worth getting because he's not necessarily cheap to get. But if you got him, he is a B tier card. MPJ. I mean, if KD is B tier, I feel like I got to put... This is tough, man. It's really tough. I think I got to. I got to move KD up. I got to move MPJ up. I don't even like it, but at the end of the day, they're 6'10". And at the end of the day, KD's going to have a better card than Jonathan Isaac and Paolo Banchero. So I guess I got to move him up to A tier. Jerry West, the logo, F tier. Elgin Baylor did get updated. 6'5". C tier. He's going to be better than Oscar. I mean, he is. Yeah, I don't even love him, but he's going to be better than Oscar. Bobo up next. I don't love Bobo. A tier is where I'm at with the card. I think that's where he deserves. Sean Marion's so good. Got to go A tier. Shooting guard position, 6'7". Some of the best SIGs in the game. A tier for Sean Marion. Korver stinks. C tier. They really did Kyle Korver so bogus. The card stinks. I mean, I'm going to go C tier because he's 6'7", but I really don't love the card. De'Aaron Fox, F tier. J-Dub is fine. He's just so undersized, so I got to go D tier. He's just way too undersized. Miles Turner, fine, but he's got to be right in there with Tim Duncan. I still think I prefer Tim Duncan. I'm going to throw Miles Turner at B tier. The card's fine, but again, compared to like the Pro Pass Tim Duncan, I think it's tough. And I've already ranked Hidu, so I'm just going to rank him at the same tier since I've already accidentally drug him up. That's going to wrap it up for our tier list today. I'm going to put Yao as the only card as 100 overall in S tier. I'm going to. Because, like, the only other card you could argue, in my opinion, that you could argue is Ben Simmons. That's it. And I don't like Ben Simmons. So y'all lucky he's even at A tier. But that's going to wrap it up for my 100 overall tier list today. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.